Hi, my name is Cecily, and I'm a project manager and event coordinator for a consulting company in Southern California that works with nonprofit organizations. One of the annual events that I coordinate is a statewide mental health conference in Monterey, California. We usually get around 600 attendees. As we were on track for our 40th annual conference at the same iconic, beautiful Asilomar, COVID struck in March, and our conference was in May for National Mental Health Month. Had about 3/4 of our expected attendees already registered. They had their rooms booked and everything was ready to go for our conference in May. But when COVID struck, we didn't know what to do. Someone from our board of directors went to another National Mental Health Conference on vFairs and had a really great experience. He brought their event coordinator to one of our board meetings in March to throw out the idea of going virtual. And the idea of going virtual was really scary. This group has had their conference at the same place for over 40 years, and it was a risk. We looked at the platform and were really amazed at the virtual environment that vFairs created for this other organization and decided to turn our conference into a virtual format. We postponed it to June to give ourselves a little more time since we had to take the conference from 5 days to 2 days, and that gave us a 6-week turnaround planning timeline. Once we signed with vFairs, we decided that we wanted to do a customized venue since our group has been meeting at the same venue for 40 years and it's really unique and iconic and just a part of our conference culture. So we immediately met with the vFairs team who sent off all of the imagery to their design and engineering staff and they got started. What I loved about working with vFairs is that they took everything off of my plate as far as the virtual design went. I just gave them some ideas, showed them our conference venue and what it looked like, kind of what I was envisioning, and they took that and ran with it. Our project manager, Arusa, and her team were great to work with. I was busy rebooking all of our keynotes, our workshops, handling all of the program logistics, and vFairs just handled all of the tech side of things, which was really great. So we had a 6-week turnaround, which was really fast to replan an entire conference. And in the end, we had over 580 people registered, and normally we get 600. What I loved about doing this virtually was that our conference was able to be a bigger table. We were able to have triple the amount of youth and parent attendees that we normally got in person because the cost was much lower. They didn't have to pay for room and food and the conference fee. They just got to hop online when they had time to join in on the conversation and let their voices be heard. From educators to psychologists, a whole array of attendees came together and had this really powerful 2-day conference. Our conferencing that we picked last September was Changing Tides, Voices for Equity, Inclusion, and Access, and the timing for it could not have been more perfect with all of the social justice issues that we're facing here in the United States. On event day, it felt really good knowing that vFairs was there to help handle any tech questions. I brought in a couple of my staff members to help, but they really helped field questions, help people as needed, and it was great as an event coordinator knowing that I had a whole team right behind me online. I would highly recommend vFairs to anyone looking to have a unique virtual venue like we did, and for those that are looking for sponsor retention. vFairs had great sponsor booth opportunities, and we lost none of our sponsors. We thought for sure we'd have a couple back out and that they wouldn't receive the original sponsor benefits that we had promised them last September. But with vFairs features, they were able to have their virtual sponsor booth, interact with attendees in real time, share and provide collateral, and it was wonderful. They all had a really great experience. As we look forward to 2021 with the uncertainty of what COVID looks like, this organization is looking to use vFairs again. We had a really great experience and cannot recommend them enough. Thank you so much, vFairs, for all that you did for us.